I was born and raised in Philadelphia and South Jersey. I'm a former Army and Reserve military. Following that, I went into the insurance field, primarily in the investigation area. Spent the bulk of my working career doing that. Transferred to Florida with the company. Unfortunately, the president of the company passed away unexpectedly, and at age 50, I had to reinvent myself. So I went into my own smoke, fire, and water restoration business. Did that for some 10 years. In the interim, moved from Longwood to Kings Ridge here in Clermont. Knew that my days of real work were coming to an end, and became interested in the local happenings in Clermont, which led me to today. I always believe that you can only give back to the community if you first become aware and involved. When I came to Clermont, I knew that my life was going to be changing. I was getting near retirement age, and I was looking for something else to do. I enjoyed city council meetings back in the day. They were usually involved around further development and expansion of the city. And I suddenly found myself going to city council meetings regularly for the past 18 years. I might add, I think I might have missed maybe a half a dozen in 18 years. 2 of those were because of open heart surgery. They just wouldn't let me out early to go. I served on the Clermont Code Board for approximately 10 years. 7 or so of those was as chairman. I recently sat on the City Charter Commission to review the charter, make recommendations, which has been completed. I also currently sit on the Fire Pension Board as an advisor. I thoroughly enjoy that. And I just feel very vested in Clermont. Clermont has become my home. It is truly my home, and they're not even going to get rid of me after I die because I already have my little plot reserved at Oak Hill Cemetery. I think that Clermont has already set its goals. They did that when they were having the visiting sessions several years ago that the city manager, Darren Gray, arranged and were well attended by the general public. I think out of those several meetings, the city really got a pulse as to what the citizens wanted, short-term and long-term. So for the next 10 to 15 years, I think that the city's goals have already been defined in the current master plan. The trick is now to pick and choose items within that master plan that need to be addressed some sooner than later. I do believe at the end of the day, the master plan will really satisfy the needs and the goals of the city long range, and I look forward to being part of that. As I said earlier, the best informed citizen, in my opinion, is one that is up to date, current in what is going on in the community. I am a faithful attendee of City Council. I believe that I'm probably one of a handful of people in all of Clermont that have spent as much time involved in city activities, developing personal relationships with staff, including some relationships at a county level. All of that, I believe, will serve me and the citizens of Clermont well, should I be elected. My approach to improving something is to first ask questions and listen. The people know what they need probably better than anybody, no matter what the subject matter. If you don't listen with an open mind and an open heart, you're never probably going to get the solution correct. In the case of the lakes, even though Clermont is blessed with probably the most shoreline frontage in any city in Central Florida as far as waterfront property, it's not just Clermont citizens that use and appreciate the amenities of the lake. Therefore, even though City Council is required to look after those amenities, they also have to be cared for with an eye towards the entire usage, which includes county residents as well as city residents. The $64 question has been asked in all the 19 years that I've lived here in Clermont. It's a fine balancing act at best. Any city, whether it's Clermont, Altamont Springs, Maitland, needs a diverse economy to succeed. Our economy, up until very recently, has been very one-sided. First, it was citrus, and then it was rooftops. The citrus is gone. At some point in time, the rooftops will be built out, just as in other cities, and we'll be left with confronting the reality of rising taxes on the rooftops to support the needs of the city, or diversifying the economy so that that burden can be more evenly spread amongst the people in the city. I do believe that the charm of Clermont has always been its hills, its lakes, and if you destroy them, you've now negated the very reason for moving here. I do not favor obliterating the charm of Clermont. But I do realize that in order to get that balanced economy, we are going to have to compromise to some degree. Some trees will be cut. A few hills will have to be leveled out. But that doesn't mean that we have to make all of Clermont a parking lot.